SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Have you been seriously injured? Mama Justice is here for you. Our medical team partners with top-notch doctors, surgeons, therapists, and urologists, ensuring a comprehensive recovery journey. If you've been injured, call Mama Justice today. We're here for you.
I'm Steve Azar, and I'm on the other side of the microphone, meaning I'm asking the questions this time, and oh, have mercy for the airwaves. I spent 20 years in Music City, wrote and made some hits, traveled the world, and then moved my family back to the birthplace of American music and where the magnolia trees prosper. And now every time I put my feet on Mississippi soil, when I'm off the road, well, I'm at peace. On this show, it's all about hearing the stories straight from the mouths of the friends I've made along the way, their journey to success. Heck, there might be someone on I don't even know, but you know how us Mississippi types are. We tend to take well to new company. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them. I'm Steve Azar. It's just like that muddy river, moving slow. Ain't no worries, it's how life goes, baby. In a Mississippi Minute.
Hey folks, time for another In a Mississippi Minute. I am Steve Azar, reminding you as I often do. By the way, thank you guys for tuning in into my 8th year. What's going on? But reminding you that my pals over there in Macon, Mississippi, they make the catfish produced right here. Why would you get it from anywhere else except for our hallowed ground we call Mississippi? Go to superiorcatfish.com and visit Mississippi.org. Celebrates so many wonderful, wonderful things that will, it'll move all your senses if you just plan a road trip with your loved one and fall in love with Mississippi all over again. Today's guests, we have two. That's what I'm talking about. Guest number one is a dedicated leader in higher education and the 9th president of Northwest Mississippi Community College. Since 2018, he's played a vital role in advancing educational opportunities for students across the region. Before joining Northwest, he served as the executive vice president and of administration and finance at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. He holds a PhD in community college leadership from Mississippi State, a doctor from Western Michigan University, and other degrees in psychology, business, and what about music? That excites me. He's helped shape the next generation of leaders by teaching legal and higher education courses over the past 18 years. His leadership has earned him several honors, including Mississippi's top CEO recognition, the Pi Theta Kappa Distinguished Leadership Award, and the Outstanding Chief Business Officer Award. He's committed to student success, workforce training, which we're going to be digging in today, and the power of education to transform lives. My guest number two, my oldest brother, and CEO and Executive Director of Panola Partnership, Inc. He's played a vital and pivotal role in shaping the economic landscape over there in Panola County. Under his leadership, the partnership serves as the Office of Economic Development, Department of Tourism, the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, there's a lot going on, working to attract new industries and strengthen existing businesses that have been there a long time. He works in a variety of industries from in the past, I can tell you, from the beverage distribution side to music management, including a time as personal and tour manager for myself over 20 years, as well as other artists like The Outfield, Hank 3, The Crickets. The list goes on. His expertise in brand development, finance, and workforce training has helped drive multi-million-dollar deals. I remember back in the day, he brokered the $28 million plus deal for Anheuser-Busch before moving on to what he's doing now. He spearheaded the development of the Concourse 160,000 square foot skills training center and bringing the Northwest Community College School of Aeronautics to Panola County. Thus, these guys are together with me today. His work continues to shape the region's economic future, making him a key figure in Mississippi business community. There's a big old shindig we're going to celebrate as well. We're going to talk about that. That's how this all started. So let's get to it right now with Dr. Michael Heindl and my brother, Joe Azar. Hey, guys.
Hey, Steve. How's it going?
Good. Look at you guys in your offices and me in my studio.
I know it.
Joe?
Here we are.
Yeah.
Hey, look, to the listeners out there with the introduction, so lengthy, apologies about that, man. I guess the show's over now. I don't know.
It's probably over. But, you know, hey.
got a lot going on and so much happening. Excited to share that with you today. And real quickly, as we kind of get things kicked off, I want to share with y'all that I have a twin sister and a younger brother, about 18 months younger than I. And so look, I understand this family, brother, sibling dynamic. So if I have to get in there between the two of you for some reason,
there's going to be a good chance.
I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it.
I always say, Doctor, that I was bookended by two evil sisters, older and younger. But they were great. But yeah, Joe was way up the trough. Joe used to take me to all my sporting events, and he would make this thing. He goes, "Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down." You know the saying. And then I would win. Right. I'd win the gold. I mean, like it was like I couldn't get back in the car with him if I didn't. And then he would take the trophy like he earned it back in the day.
Yes,
my YMCA days. You know.
What happens? That's what happens.
I love it. Joe, how are you doing?
Good. I'm enjoying this conversation. I didn't know President Heindl could hang like he said. Now we could have some real fun.
Yeah. Well, let's dig into, first of all, Dr. Heindl, what about this event that y'all got coming up? Because we want to let the folks know how they can get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our third year now for what we have called the Northwest Soiree. And basically, a soiree is nothing but a fancy party. So it's a fancy party that we started 3 years ago. And it's been great because what we've been able to do is to honor and really highlight some of the very best of the best folks, some of the best organizations, businesses, and industries that we have the great pleasure to work with. And so this year it's coming up March 29th. 2025 at 6 p.m. Mm-hmm. It's the Northwest Soiree, and the theme is Masquerade Among the Stars. And so it's really an opportunity for us, folks to get dressed up, for us to celebrate these great individuals, organizations. And then what we have is it's basically two events in one, quite frankly. The first event is this major award ceremony, food and drink and all. But then the second part is a concert that we have, and so I'll dive into that in just a second. I'll tease the listeners for just a few moments and talk about our honorees, and then talk about the concert. But first of all is our Alumni Professional Achievement Award recipient this year, and that's Supreme Court Justice Bobby Chamberlain. And Bobby's from the DeSoto County area, mm-hmm. has had an amazing career in the law, been a judge, and now Supreme Court Justice. So we get to honor him, of course, as a Northwest alumnus. The Young Alumni Professional Achievement Award winner is Dr. Robert Barnes. Dr. Barnes has a practice in Panola County. Actually, I believe works out of the hospital in Batesville, and so Dr. Barnes, and probably a practice as well, but is our Young Alumni Professional Achievement Award recipient. The Spirit of Northwest Award this year goes to Dr. Ed Field. Dr. Field is a longtime, just amazing healthcare leader in our part of the state. A surgeon, orthopedic surgeon, also our athletic team's doctor for about 30 years now at Northwest, and Dr. Field is fantastic. He is associated now with Specialty Orthopedic Group, but Dr. Field he's still very much involved in Northwest athletics, loves it, and we'll get to honor him. And lastly, but certainly not least, is the Great Outstanding Corporation Award opportunity and recipient this year, and that is the Panola Partnership. And we get to honor Joe, and we get to honor the Panola Partnership for the great relationship that we have, the college has historically had, but truly most recently in the last few years had a tremendous close working relationship as we have stood up and worked together to create this amazing higher education campus in Batesville called the Concourse. And so, but in addition to that, like you said, Steve, we have this amazing pilot training program that is coming to Batesville, and I'll share a little bit more detail with that, but in probably a little bit later in the program. but also just all of the workforce training opportunity, the credit classes, and also even just academic classes we've started to offer at this campus. It is the most southern part of our college service district of 11 counties. Northwest serves 11 counties. And so we're proud of that. We're grateful to the Panola partnership for the great relationship we have. Of course, the partnership has the economic development role. They've got the the chamber function, the Main Street function. They are busy, and I'm sure Joe will talk more about it. But those are the four award recipients this year coming up. Again, like I say, March 29th, 2025, 6 p.m. on campus.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we have a concert coming up by Chapel Hart, and so we're excited about that.
I want to talk about the girls at Chapel Hart. Doctor, let's take a quick break because Absolutely. We're rolling. I love it. My brother Joe Azar, Dr. Michael Heindl, SuperiorCatfish.com. Check it out. The folks are awesome over there, and visit Mississippi.org. I'm Steve Azar. That was an awesome Mississippi Minute. I haven't had to say much at all. I may do 7 shows with my guests today. Before we get to them, there's Catfish, there's Superior Catfish. Please check it out. Go to store.superiorcatfish.com. And my brother Joe Azar, who's my guest today, along with Dr. Michael Heindl up there at Northwest Mississippi Community College, doing great things. You can have it delivered to your door and have it for dinner tonight. That's what I'm talking about. And visit Mississippi.org. Celebrates the arts, celebrates so many attractions that, in Panola, where Northwest is, in the community college system in Mississippi is pretty dang amazing. I've gotten to spend some time. Yeah. I spoke on adult education this year at one of the events, and I really did not understand the power of such an incredible program that educates people when when something may have happened in their lives along the way and opportunities, they just weren't there for them, and then they can come back and relive those childhood days, get experienced work in certain fields, and get right to work. It's an amazing thing, amazing program, and I'm not doing it justice by throwing splashes on it, but the bottom line was I was moved. You talk about Chapel Hart coming. Those girls, they're great girls. I love them. I'm so proud of them. I was just at Pearl River Community College, guys, doing a speech over there, and I was amazed by the campus. And I'm going to have the former president, Dr. Lewis, on with me next week as well. I sat by him doing dinner, and he was just so amazing, just the history of the school, but the community. So the community college system in general, Joe. I mean, like you guys are how many miles apart, but yet you're glued together by this incredible concourse that's training people for real live jobs, right? You're not just going to college just to go to college. I'm getting a master in marketing. I'll figure it out later. I mean, there's a lot of jobs that you're going to, you go right into the workplace afterwards, right?
Oh yeah, that's the goal here. You have options though. You can continue your education. You can continue your education and work, or you could just continue your education and focus on that. There's so many options. The CTE side of things, which is, you have your scholastic side, but then you have this other side, this CTE side, this workforce side that you can, go down. It's more of like if you have a love for science, we believe that you'll give it more of a consideration. And so that's kind of what we have a pre-K through 12 Spark program to embed that love for science in these kids at an early age. It educates not just the kids, but the whole families into the advantages of entering the workforce without debt and being able to do something you love. And there's nothing worse than being underemployed. That's being stuck in a job that you hate. And it's so important that we help lift people. We help them find that job that they love and that they can do the rest of their life. It also keeps our talent here in Mississippi. There's just too many advantages. And, I could say there's no question. I took this job, and it was shortly after President Heindl took his, and we met with our supervisor, President Cole Flint, and we hit it off right away. And this man wanted growth. Our community wanted growth, and we found ways to do it. And I can contribute our growth from our relationship with Northwest Community College. There's no doubt about that at all in my mind. And I believe others feel that way as well here in Panola County. There's just no question. I mean, we have an ACT work ready community. We keep up with our maintenance on that. We did that in partnership with Northwest. We have industry collaborative meetings 2 or 3 times a year, and where we sit down with all of our industry in a roundtable environment, and not just Panola County, but all of our Northwest, contiguous counties come in, industries come in, sit down and talk with Northwest about what programs are relevant, what challenges do we face, how can we solve them, best practices are discussed, so on and so forth. There's synergies that are uncovered between companies that can work together. It's really amazing. We have 44 industries here in Panola County, and we're really blessed to have that. It's a real blue collar area, hardcore, and that means Northwest, their partnership with us is more important here, I believe, than anywhere else because of our industry driven environment that we've built here in Panola County.
You guys, obviously, we saw the boom of Northwest part of Mississippi, right? You get up into Olive Branch and Hernando and all that. We've watched that sort of migration in a lot of ways of people even coming out of Memphis into Mississippi and living there, and then are coming and heading north or across the state and living there as well. And now y'all have glued Batesville into that. Oxford obviously has Ole Miss. You went to Ole Miss, Joe, and that's sort of a given. The growth that's happened is an incredible town. What's happening around it in Taylor and all that. But Batesville now, to me, has become it's got to be one of the fastest growing areas in the state of Mississippi. It's become that thing now, and that place. I love hearing the fact that y'all's relationship, how it started, and what y'all have achieved together. If you look back in the rearview mirror at the body of work that's come from this relationship, and it's amazing, y'all. It's really amazing. And this is how towns grow. I mean, Joe and I grew up, Doctor, in a town that was a lot bigger than it was, and the river was important, and laws changed. And that dried the river up. Obviously we're ag heavy, and we got a lot of lawyers and doctors and all that, but we had big industry here for a long time, and it went away. And so we're having to rebuild here as well. And you guys are a great blueprint, I can tell you right now. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We believe that the county, the cities and the towns that are in the county, as they go, so does the college, and as the college goes, so do they. And so it's such a close-knit, integral partnership that we have with them. And of course, at the tip of the spear really is the Panola partnership, really helping to make all of that happen for all the cities in the county itself. And, you just look at what some of the new programs that we've started in Batesville, so exciting, like our Diesel Tech program, an expanded commercial truck driving, the industrial automation program. These programs are new or expanded at our college to be able to do exactly what we've been talking about, which is to really truly help help the businesses, help the industries, help, ultimately, at the end of the day, help the citizens of the cities and the county itself. And so we're so excited. And you're right, Steve, about just the growth and so many folks now moving into the area, moving into Batesville, Panola County. And it's very exciting to be a part of. You know, it gets me going every single day to think about all of the great things happening in this part of the state. And man, what a great time to be a part of it and to try to help in as many ways as we possibly can. I know all of us are working to that end.
That's amazing. We're going to go into a break, but before we go into a break, you got Chapel Hart coming March 29. You're going to be celebrating all sorts of businesses, celebrating Joe and Panola partnership and the team there. The soiree, you call it. It's I got it right here. Masquerade Among the Stars, March 29th. We got a quick few seconds. How do people get information on it and sign up?
Sure. It is through the HeindlCenter.org website. And so tickets are for the Chapel Hart performance only $40. For the award ceremony and the concert combined is $100.
That's a great deal.
Huge fundraiser for our college and our foundation, for scholarships, for professional development for our faculty and staff. And so anyway, what a great opportunity to pour into, to invest honestly into our college. And so that's what it is. And again, HeindlCenter.org are where those two options are.
Okay. So. HEINDL.org. Check it out. Be a part of this great event, March 29. Be a part of Superior Catfish Life. Come on. It's over there in Macon, Mississippi, produced over there by Hell State. I've been there a couple of times. It rocks. And visit Mississippi.org. It always rocks. We're the birthplace of America's music. What are you talking about? I'm Steve Azar.
I keep going back to Greenville. I keep on going back to Greenville. Going back to Greenville in my mind, in my mind, in my mind. I'm still trying to find my way.
Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Homebuyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time homebuyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
There's a ton of content from SuperTalk Mississippi on our new YouTube channel. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi on YouTube or go to supertalk.fm/YouTube. Be sure and subscribe for free to get the latest scoop on what's happening in Mississippi news, politics, sports, and the good things happening here in the state. In a Mississippi Minute with Steve Azar, right here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
We're supposed to start work down on the river today. And for Joe and me, it's some pretty good.
This Mississippi Minute's going to go by faster than any other in history because I've got two great guys. My big brother, Joe Azar, Dr. Michael Heindl at Northwest Community College, both running the show for Joe with Panola Partnership. Dr. Heindl with all things Northwest Community College. He is the president there, rocking and rolling. And they got a big soiree coming up March 29th. Go to Heindl, www.heindl.org. Is that right?
HeindlCenter.org.
Center, yeah, Heindl Center, HEINDL Center.org, and check out the event. Chapel Hart's going to be there. He said $40 for Chapel Hart, which is a really, stealing it is what you're doing. You're stealing your way in, and also $100 for the whole deal. It's going to be a big old shindig. Speaking of shindigs, they should be serving Superior Catfish, and if they're not this year, they're going to do it next year. Go to superiorcatfish.com and visit Mississippi.org. Plan a trip up to Northwest Mississippi into Batesville. I mean, the town is so clean, and the campus at Northwest Community College, if you hadn't been there, check it out and spend some time up in that neck of the woods of Mississippi. You'll be moved. All right, Dr. Michael Heindl is my guest today, and my brother Joe Azar. Guys, let's talk about some sports real quick. You guys have been rocking up there. You got a regional football championship, conference championship, and the women's soccer and dance as well, national champions. What we got going? Yeah, we've got so much happening. It's very exciting. We're even talking about a parade of champions at some point, maybe later this semester, to kind of try again to highlight all of our students and the great work they've done, not only on the field and on the court, but also in the classroom. And I'll show you in just a second. But really quickly, football. Conference champions, NJCAA Region 23 champions, with women's soccer, the first time ever at our college. Let's see here, conference, regional, and now national champions. That's unbelievable. It's been incredible. And then you look at what happened with volleyball this past year. Conference champions. We went on to play postseason, deep into the postseason, and weren't successful nationally, but in the conference we were. And then also for cheer, we had an all-girl cheer team win national championship just about a month ago. And then the co-ed team won a national championship, and our dance team won a national championship. But I guess what's so exciting about this is that in those sports and some of our other sports, but when you talk about having some of the highest GPAs in our conference of any of the other colleges, and then you talk about in the nation, football having the highest grade point average of any other football program in the country. Look, not only just taking care of business on the field, but they've been taking care of business in the classroom. Okay, that's crazy. Isn't that great? And so we're so proud of what we've been able to, and our students. It's about our faculty. It's about our employees, about our students, and the amazing work they've been doing. So much so our college has experienced 10 semesters now of semester over semester, year over year, consecutive positive enrollment growth. And so, again, what's happening in Batesville is all about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. When we're able to stand up new programs, expanded programs, then, of course, that really helps the college continue this amazing growth that we've been having. And it's not growth for growth. It's not growth for growth's sake. It's really growth to help try to have as great of a positive impact and difference that we can make in the lives of individuals and of course, students. So you've had this 10 years of growth. What's your number there right now of students? The 10 semesters of growth. Currently, we're in the spring semester, so 25. So we're right at 7,000 students. Wow. So third largest community college in the state. Wow, that's amazing. We're a few hundred behind a community college in the south part of the state called, y'all may know it, Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. And then a few more hundred in addition to that behind Hines Community College. Oh, you're keeping up with that. I know what you're doing. I love it. The race is on. I like that competitive spirit. Right, Joe? That's what we do.
President Heindl's aggressive, man. I love him. I mean, he goes for it. He's competitive, and that's a good thing. It really is. All of our community colleges need to compete with each other in the aspects of growth. But again, like he mentioned, not just growth for growth, but growth for a good reason. It's the same. We seem to all be on the same page. Yeah. And I hope this is statewide, and I believe it is. But so many, like, for example, companies look to come here. We get RFIs, requests for information from companies, and they say, well, here's how many jobs we're going to create. Here's how much money we're going to invest. And then they come with, here's the wages we're going to pay. And when you see those wages, a lot of times it's not a living wage. So you don't want that for your community. You know, you want people to lift a living wage, within reason. We want companies to be competitive, but we also want a living wage for people when you go out and you earn a living for your family. You want it to be enough. You know, whether it's a 1 or 2 person household, you want it to be enough. So companies need to keep that in mind when they come to Mississippi. We had a reputation in the past for cheap labor. I hate to use the word cheap, but we're not like that anymore. Mississippi has stepped it up, and I'm real proud of Mississippi and where we're headed. But it's important to raise living wage within reason, and we work well with our companies to do that. And all of our communities need to do that too. It lifts the entire state. It really will.
I mean, you guys,
he's doing this training, this skilled training. When you take a job as an unskilled person, you come in at a really low wage. But if you go through this training course, you get out, you get a whole different level of
sure. Yeah, I mean, look, you guys collided at the perfect time, and it's a beautiful collision. It's a good collision, but at the same time, the proof is in everything that's happening, and like the energy level of you both right now, just talking to you, I see how excited you guys are about it. You know, when you're successful, you know it fuels more excitement and makes you happy. You know what I mean? Like, so you guys obviously are on a roll together. Joe, can I ask you something about the aeronautics and the aviation? Are you touching on with Delta State for that?
Yes, we're going to be teaching the same certificate that they teach. I forget exactly what it is, but it's going to hopefully be a 2+2. So when you go Delta State loses roughly 50% of their students after the second year that are in the flight program. And our program, which is centrally located, will have students with the option to either go to work directly for FedEx at this wage, at a lower wage, or go to Delta State, finish your 2+2, and go to work for FedEx at a much higher wage.
Wow. So,
you know, and I just use FedEx for example, UPS, FedEx, Nicholas Air, wherever it is, there's options there. And also we're gonna teach, there's going to be a flight school for commercial pilots and a flight school for ag.
Wow.
And there's going to be air maintenance, air traffic controller school. We have 7 programs, aviation programs or aeronautic programs that we're doing with Northwest, and couldn't be more excited about that.
Well, we've seen lately, it's sad, but a miracle yesterday was like Sully landing the jet on the river, on the Hudson River, the plane that flipped upside down in Canada. And there was, I think a baby was, it sounds like there was only one person in critical condition. It was a baby. Hopefully he or she's okay. Must have been held by the parent is the only way we can think, but there's only 8 people injured and only 1 critical with a plane that flips upside down. I mean, that's just a miracle, right?
Yeah,
and so
really
hopefully
is.
But you think about you're bringing up air traffic control, and that's obviously been in the news a little bit lately. Let's take a quick break. Wonderful things happening at Northwest Community College at Batesville. Dr. Michael Heindl, my brother Joe Azar, rocking and rolling. Superior Catfish. I mean, come on. They're like the birthplace of catfish. Please check them out, superiorcatfish.com, and visit Mississippi.org. Oh, come on. Where's Elvis when you need him? Right here. I'm Steve Azar. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. I don't even know what that meant.
Told him
Hang in
over
there,
and
everybody.
over now, don't you be late. Oh, but like always, I'm just sitting on gold and waiting on Joe. Waiting on Joe.
Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
There's a ton of content from SuperTalk Mississippi on our new YouTube channel. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi on YouTube or go to supertalk.fm/YouTube. Be sure and subscribe for free to get the latest scoop on what's happening in Mississippi news, politics, sports, and the good things happening here in the state.
Maloney over water, and we're in too deep. Yeah, we're in cold water. Say we in too deep. These are chilling times. But
We got a short segment left with three long-winded guys. I love it. Mississippi Minute cannot contain Dr. Michael Heindl, president of Northwest Community College. My brother Joe, executive director, president over there at Panola Partnership, and they have done miraculous, beautiful things with hard work and determination, and they have got things going on in Mississippi's neck of the woods there. Speaking of Mississippi, if you want catfish and you want it from somewhere like made in Singapore, you've listening to the wrong radio show. Go to superiorcatfish.com, produced right here in Mississippi, and visit Mississippi.org. Plan a road trip into Northwest Mississippi. You won't regret it. So many wonderful things going on. Check out the campus at Northwest Community College. Over 7,000 students. I'm going to send another 300 over there so he can be the number one, the most people there. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Hey, guys. So we got a little short time left. You got this March 29th soiree. It's a masquerade under the stars and all that with Chapel Hart. $40 a ticket or $100 for the whole extravaganza. You can go to HeindlCenter.org, folks, HEINDL Center.org for your tickets. Be a part of something that's going on. A lot of fun. And my pals over there in Chapel Hart, they're wonderful. If you hadn't seen them, you got to check them out. They have been doing this their whole lives. Joe and I worked in the industry from age 0 and the ground up. We went down the gravel roads with the potholes and eventually found interstate together. But so we both know how hard they've worked. They've gone about it the same way. And once they had their wings, they were where preparation meets opportunity. It was game on. They're hardworking girls too. Hardworking. So, guys, you got that event. Anything else you want to touch on? Maybe, we've talked about the pilot stuff, talk about all these athletic programs and the smartest school in the nation and community college when it comes to sports and football. What else we got? The concourse, you're rocking and rolling. What else do you want to talk to in this last segment?
Well, I mean, I know we could go on all day talking about the great stuff at the college, and I know Joe could go on all day talking about the great stuff happening in Batesville. I mean, we're just scratching the surface on most of these topics, quite frankly. But I'll just share with you, we've got a great performing arts center for the first time in a long time. Had the largest marching band we've ever had. We've got the choir programs, the band programs. We have a recording studio, Steve. So we've got
what's going on there?
We got a great partnership with DMI. And so we've got this called Entertainment Industry Studies program.
Yeah.
And what that does is it allows for students to get that first 2 years, just like the aviation, where, you know, a student get the first 2 years with us
and comes to us,
Delta State,
yeah,
and collaborate. And we got, again, like I say, great partnership with Delta State in that way, and really excited about what's happening in the arts at our college as well. But
good.
I mean, you know, this performing arts center has been able to do that. You know, he's talking about folks like having, Jay Leno, Kristen Chenoweth. We just had the other night Lee Bryce come into town.
Good guy.
You know, all these great folks, artists, entertainers, touring Broadway we've had. So just a quick plug for that. And just, I mean, again, all the great things happening in our part of the state. Just ask folks to join us for Masquerade Among the Stars, but just come out to campus and just take a drive around sometime. You know, go to the concourse in Batesville. Take a drive around. Pop in sometime. Look at all of the great things that are happening at our college. And I know there's some amazing things on the way in Batesville, Joe, and in the county.
We wouldn't be growing without the school. Our very first meeting with the Yancey brothers, which the governor announced just a week ago, 250 jobs. Yancey's now saying it could be as many as 500.
Wow.
but we couldn't have made that possible without your director of CT, Dwayne Casey, sitting next to me in the meeting. That said, hey, we're bringing welding to the concourse, which it's coming now. So we just finished phase 2, so we're going to have robotic welding and industrial welding.
Wow.
Courses there. Yancey's going to hire probably 80 to 100 welders, and we're going to need that. We also have site armored, lockers manufacturing, ACI, 4W fabrications, all needing welders. So welding is really important to this area. And
robotics, Joe, that's like you're playing a video game, isn't it?
Right.
That's crazy. I wonder how does that work? I mean, that's just amazing, that you're able to do that with welding. Who would think?
And because of this industrial growth, we've got retail growth now. We've got 300 jobs coming at a big box development right there at 6 and 55.
Hey, guys, our time is up. I like how I just connected that dot. I had to connect one dot during this show so I could feel like I'm part of what you guys are doing. So I feel like I'm all in. I can't thank you guys enough. March 29, go to HeindlCenter.org, HeindlCenter.org. Get your tickets. Chapel Hart. $40, $100 for the whole event. Joe and a lot of other folks, Panola partnership, going to be celebrated. The doctor that's been the orthopedic guy for 30 years. We have a brother that's that way in Memphis University, Memphis State over there. Our brother's chief of staff, the middle brother, smarter brother of us. So I know how much of these doctors are dedicated to their sports teams. Visit Mississippi.org, has a big old smile on his face. Everybody road trip to the northwest side of Mississippi and hang out for a while. And Superior Catfish, I'm telling you, it's worldwide, it's global. Go to superiorcatfish.com. Michael and Joe, thank you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're off the hot seat. You can go to work.
I'm Steve Azar. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them, where you can take your sweet time.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.